Imagine a world where those who vow to serve and protect find themselves on the other side of the line. When female cops get fired after doing this, what could lead to such drastic measures? What lines were crossed, and what does it mean for justice and equality? Stay tuned as we unravel a story that's as gripping as it is accurate. A shocking incident took place on June 2nd, 2009. Ohio police chief at the time, Timothy Escola, was spotted kissing a part-time probationary police officer. When they were caught, they were sitting in a police patrol car, and there were not only two of them in the car, but also a robber sleeping in the vehicle's back seat. When faced with the inappropriate actions of Janice, who tried to kiss, hug, and even caress the person in her position as the boss, should have refused and adjusted that behavior. These things seem inappropriate. Just as I imagined, Timothy seemed to enjoy this without complaint. Janice was probably still aware of this offensive action. Still, instead of stopping, she continued doing those wrong things. She constantly looked into the back seat to ensure the suspect was still there. Sleep. They enjoyed that time without knowing everything was recorded by the dashboard camera in that patrol car. Not long after the incident was discovered, Janice was quickly fired and the police chief accepted his resignation. There is a misunderstanding here when you think that the female police officer's arrest for DUI will end here. An incident occurred on September 2nd, 2020. A Loveland police officer asked a vehicle to stop because he saw the car drifting across the yellow holding line. After stopping the vehicle, the person was identified. Driving the car was Cincinnati Police Captain Amanda Caden.
Alright, the reason I'm stopping initially why I stopped was you made the turn at the 5-way. There's a dotted yellow line there, and you totally, like,
oh, okay.
It was in the middle of your car.
I am a Cincinnati police officer too, if that makes a difference.
I don't know. Where are you coming from?
We were downtown, Loveland.
Okay. Do you have your gun on you?
I do.
Where's that at?
In my purse.
Alright. Let me do this. Let me put your gun in the car, in the trunk. Is that okay?
Once faced with this action, Amanda would not sit still. She did not hesitate and quickly revealed information about her work as a police officer, perhaps thinking that she could escape being accused of her traffic violation with this action. Has committed. But things were not that simple. An unpleasant scent wafted around her, and inevitably the police officer quickly determined that she had been drinking because he smelled it. Smell and Amanda needed to be talking more clearly. The police officer tried to confront Amanda to find information. In this situation, we can see what special rights police officers have.
Now here's the problem. 2 is that you've got your gun on you. Where's that at?
It's on my hip.
It's on your hip? Okay. Alright. Miss Amanda, step out with me real quick. Okay? Just talk to me real quick and we'll go from there.
Not giving up, Amanda continued to try to persuade and negotiate to agree with the police to ignore her actions, even though Amanda knew clearly that her actions were wrong. The police officer did not want to waste his time, so he quickly asked Amanda to leave his car to examine her eyes.
I'm just transferred to inspections.
What's that?
Inspections.
Okay.
We live just down the street.
I understand that. My hands are tied. Okay, everything's recorded, and that's, you know the circumstances.
Right.
Okay. I've got another officer coming to back me up because you both are armed and all that stuff, and he's agitated. I'm just going to check your eyes and make sure you're okay, and we'll go from there. Okay. Now, do you have any head injuries or anything?
No.
Are you epileptic or diabetic at all? You wearing contacts for color or anything?
No, but I'm not going to take any kind of...
You're not even going to let me do HGN on you?
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, and why's that?
Well, I mean, you can do the whatever, but I'm not... I've got high heels on. I'm not going to do any...
Okay. All right. And that's fine. I'm going to wait till my buddy gets here, and then we'll talk about it. Regardless, I'm not charging you for the gun.
What?
Regardless, I'm not going to charge you for the gun. Okay, I'm not going to do that to you. Okay, all right, you see my pen? I just need you to follow the tip of this pen with just your eyes. That means keep your head still, okay? Hopefully this will all be taken care of here, okay? All right. All right, this time now I'm going to start the test. I just made sure your eyes were tracking equally. All right. You understand that? It's nothing personal.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm gonna have to do what I have to do, okay? I'm gonna have to arrest you for drinking and driving tonight. We'll do the paperwork. I'm not gonna charge you for the gun. I'm not gonna do that to you. I have too much respect for you. But I have to, I can't not, you know what I mean? Not for this, it's, you know, you understand, right? You understand the position we put each other in. You by drinking at Cindy's and driving, and me by being the one to stop you. Okay, this is my worst nightmare. I hate doing this. Okay, you got a mad husband up there with a gun.
What's unexpected here is that the policeman who decided to stop them now doesn't even try to punish the misbehavior. He even condones that behavior in an extremely gentle manner. He even explained that if there were no cameras, he would not have kept them, but would have quickly let them go. Not only did he ignore their crimes, but he even ignored the act of holding a weapon on his person while he was unconscious from alcohol.
What district are you with again? You're in?
I'm just moved to inspections.
Okay, well, hopefully we can get through this just easily. It's county. We'll do our best, okay?
You are county or Loveland?
No, I'm Loveland, but I'm saying it's going to county court, Claremont County Court. So now, do you say you have no weapons on you or anything else like that? Okay, I'm going to advise you of your rights, just as I would anybody else, okay? You have the right to remain silent, you understand that? Anything you say will be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have one present with you during any questioning. If you're unable to pay a lawyer, one will be appointed for you prior to any question if you so desire, okay? Let's have a seat in the back of my car and I'll talk to your husband. We'll park the car, we don't have to tow it. I don't want you to fall down, it's slippery. Stop right here for me. I gotta unlock it. No, if you haven't had too much, you know how it goes, okay?
In every effort to avoid being fined, Amanda did not stop until she was arrested and escorted into a police patrol car. When this was announced to Amanda's husband, he could not take it easily.
Are you kidding me?
No, don't. Keep your hands where I can see them though for you. Because you said you have your gun on you. Hey.
Knock it off.
I'm doing the best under the circumstances, okay?
You're starting this whole traffic stop because we crossed a double yellow line while making a left-hand turn?
Well, a couple times, but that's the one that drew my attention to her, and that's what I was telling her, okay? We can argue about this. That's what court's for, if it goes that far.
Are you really
If she tests under, I'll just bring her home.
No, she's not going to do a test.
Okay, well, that's up to her.
She's not going to do a test.
Okay, well, I'm not charging her for the gun. I'm not doing anything that.
What the hell? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? No, I said I'm not going to.
What? Why would you?
Because she's intoxicated carrying a firearm.
No, she's not.
Okay, well then she can do the test and prove that.
No, she shouldn't.
Okay, well then she...
Why are you pushing this issue?
Because I have to. I'm not losing my job because I'm letting someone go away.
Job.
You don't know how this works here. Yes, that's how it works.
Yeah, I do know.
If I were to let her go, and why didn't you arrest someone that you thought was impaired?
4 blocks from our house.
I've arrested people in their garages before. It's not the point.
All right.
So, what's your plan?
What do you mean, what is my plan?
Well, I can park the car here and we can give you a ride home and then we'll drive her home when we're done.
I don't want to ride from you guys.
After being arrested and escorted to police headquarters, Amanda quickly received a request for an alcohol test, and of course, she promptly refused and resisted the police's request. She must now facing charges of refusing OV and violating the center line. While she suffered a series of these incidents, her husband was released without facing any punishment.
Why are you? Am I being
Put
detained?
that down.
I'm,
You can't
ma'am.
have anything in your hands right now. Put that down. I'm ordering you to
I
put
do
that
not
out
consent
of
to
your
any
hand.
seizures or searches.
Drop that out of your hand.
On September 2nd, 2018, a confrontation occurred between Cranston officer Andrea Sella and Anselmo Morales Torres, 32 in Rhode Island, because police had received information that Anselmo Morales Torres had committed some acting suspiciously as she tried to film a public building. Officer Andrea quickly received the report. To avoid wasting time, she decisively requested identification, but Torres continuously resisted and refused the police's request. Of course, the story quickly became extremely tense.
Videotaping?
What are you videotaping?
Facility?
Why are you videotaping the facility?
It's my own purposes.
So, what's going on?
I don't answer questions.
Do you have any ID on your butt?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. We got a call for a suspicious person, okay? Because this is kind of suspicious behavior.
Okay, what crime do you suspect me of committing?
So, alright, before we act stupid, okay? Let's just talk about when you're standing in front of a facility that's a government building, and you're filming it like that, you caught the attention of the security guards, right? There might be some cause for concern for who you are and if you intend to do anybody any harm over here.
Well, I have no ill will.
Alright, well I can't take your word for it, okay?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to identify yourself.
Well, do you know that we're standing in a public property?
That's fantastic.
And
I'm the
unless you're...
police, okay?
I understand.
I'm investigating something right now.
Okay,
I'm on
so am I.
service, okay?
So am I.
What are you investigating?
I'm a private investigative journalist gathering content for a story. And you should know that unless I'm being suspected of a crime, I don't have to provide ID.
One thing to note for those unfamiliar with this issue is that a person who has never been suspected of any specific crime can decide whether to share his true identity, not when asked to declare by the authorities. Since this is Torres's case, he has the right to refuse to provide his personal information. Not waiting long, several other police officers were involved in Andrea and Torres's incident, which was like a spark that made the incident more serious.
Well, you haven't identified yourself to me either. So
I don't have to, ma'am. You're a government official. You're entitled to identify
That's
yourself.
Fantastic.
What's your name and badge number?
If you do not identify yourself to me,
yes,
and we continue to do this,
yes,
and you tie me up,
yes,
okay? Let's not make a bigger thing than we have to. Here.
It's not. I'm just doing a lawfully protected.
Can you identify yourself as a journalist then?
I don't have to, ma'am. This is the United States of America. No, I don't, ma'am.
I think you need to review the laws.
Maybe you need to review the laws.
Nope.
Maybe you need to review the laws, ma'am.
Okay. What's gonna happen?
Do you have a supervisor?
What's gonna happen is you're gonna identify yourself. If you choose not to identify yourself, because now I've asked you about 4 times already.
Not gonna happen.
Then this is gonna rise to the level of obstruction of justice because I have to figure out
what crime. What crime do you suspect
me? You won't
me?
tell me what you're doing here.
I already told you, ma'am.
Your behavior is highly suspicious.
I already told you, ma'am.
No, you're not explaining.
Can I speak to your supervisor?
If you simply identify yourself,
well, ma'am,
and explain what's going on here, then we don't have an issue.
I already
but I'm
told
gonna
you.
start to get aggravated if you take up more of my time today. Do you understand?
Well, ma'am.
Okay.
You're taking time for yourself. I'm a public citizen. I'm on a public sidewalk, recording a public building. Unless you're suspecting me of committing any crimes, then I suggest for you to treat me. Ma'am, don't put your hands on me. Ma'am, don't put your hands on me. Why are you, ma'am? Why are you? Am I being detained?
Put that down. You
ma'am.
can't have anything in your hands right now. Put that down. I'm ordering you to put that out of your hand.
I do not consent to any seizures or searches.
Drop that out of your hand now.
I do not consent to any seizures or searches.
That's fine. You don't have to.
What crime do you suspect me of committing? What crime?
This clearly shows the joint problem of police officers who have the illusion of power and always want to do their own thing. And this is entirely accurate in the case of this female police officer. She even used extremely unprofessional words and continuously threatened him in order to obtain his identity and information. As soon as she had the participation of her personal supervisor, she did not hesitate and immediately attempted to arrest Torres.
I cannot believe this. You failed to identify yourself. As a government official, I demand for you to contact your supervisor right away.
I'm her supervisor.
You're her supervisor, sir.
Yeah.
What's your name and badge number, sir?
That's 422. You can read it yourself.
Okay, and what's your last name, sir?
Listen to me. What are you doing here today?
Sir, well, right now what we're doing is wasting our taxpayers' money and harassing good citizen that's only gathering some content for a story. There's no reason for you guys to put your hands on me and search me and do what you do, because this is not Nazi Germany. This is the United States of America. And I will be filing a formal complaint on you, and you will be hearing from me. I promise. Sir?
Do you have an ID on you?
Sir? I do have an ID. I don't have it on me, and with all due respect, you should know that unless I'm being suspected of a crime, I do not have to provide that information. On the other hand, you guys have failed all to provide me with your name.
Where'd you park your vehicle?
Ma'am, that's none of your concern.
No, it really is my
That's
concern.
none of your concern.
Exactly my
This is the
concern.
United.
This is
You guys
the
do.
person-
Listen, you guys do whatever you guys want. They have to do then.
Sir, what's your name?
I'm not answering questions.
I've asked him 20 times.
Okay, we can do this very simply. We just want to make sure, verify who you are, okay? What you're doing is engaging in suspicious activity. We got called here.
So I'm being detained.
We're
Yes.
talking.
Am I
about
being
this.
detained?
Yes.
Yes, you're being
Under
detained.
suspicion of what crime?
We're investigating that right now.
Then you have no authority of detaining me.
well, see, the
This
thing-
should be a
What's your
consensual.
law
This
school,
should be a consensual conversation. No, what's your name and badge number, sir?
Here's the thing.
Listen, you don't speak for him. What's your name and badge number?
Officer McQualley,
Can we?
-491.
I appreciate that, sir.
Okay. So listen, I'm asking what your name is, okay?
Not gonna happen.
Okay.
So you guys go ahead and do whatever you need to do. I'm not gonna answer any more questions. I will be contacting my lawyers for what you guys just did to me. This is invasion of my privacy. This is invasion of my rights. You guys are putting your hands in my pocket. I did not consent to any seizures or searches, and you guys will be hearing from me. I promise you.
Stand by for
I
me. Talk to me.
promise you.
Completely different from what we imagined, her personal supervisor did not take any actions or words to find out about the situation. For some reason, the Guardian did nothing to determine the problem, refused to reveal his true identity. Torres was then not only restrained and arrested, but even illegally detained. In addition, Torres was also charged with obstruction of justice when attending court. We encourage you to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on more real-life police experiences like this one. Remember to like this video and share it with others who may find it interesting. If you have any personal experiences or insights, we would love to hear from you in the comments section. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more engaging and informative content in the future. Stay safe and take care.